Hello everyone and welcome to my Coronation Street 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tamra Judge says she's tired of being called a horrible human being in emotional therapy session. Tamra Judge is sharing a glimpse into her emotional therapy sessions. On the Thursday, July 10 episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, cameras rolled as Tamra, 57, spoke to a therapist about the struggles in her life. "I'm so afraid that if I get close to people, they'll turn on me, so I just keep a wall up so I don't get too close," the reality star said through tears. "I have very few people that I can really talk to. I just don't want to lash out when I'm mad, even if someone's done me wrong. I want to fix things." Throughout her 15 seasons on Bravo's hit reality show, Tamra has found herself getting into tense confrontations with several co-stars, including Jennifer Pedrenti, Gina Kyo, Vicky Gunvalson, and Shannon Beater. In season 19, she is expected to find herself in a feud with returning cast member Gretchen Rossi. As for why she decided to try therapy, Tamra said she wanted to learn tools to better control her emotions. "I realized that you have to dig up those things that are buried deep inside of you, because those are the things that come out when you get angry," she said in a confessional interview. "The custody battle that my ex put me through, my daughter leaving me, my dad leaving us. It's hard and I never really wanted to do it, and here I am." Before tying the knot with Eddie Judge in June 2013, Tamra was married to Simon Barney from 1998 to 2011. The exes share Sydney, 25, Spencer, 24, and Sophia, 20. Tamra and Sydney are currently estranged. During her therapy session, Tamra also addressed the moment she revealed on her iHeartRadio, Two T's in a Pod podcast that she was on the spectrum. While both Tamra and her therapist agreed it was too soon to determine an official diagnosis, the public backlash proved to be a lot for the podcast host. "I misspoke," she admitted. "I shouldn't have said anything. I just got annihilated publicly." Although viewers know that Tamra never likes to look weak or play the victim, she hopes fans can see a new side of her as season 19 begins to play out. "People think that I don't have feelings, and it's not true," Tamra continued in a confessional interview. "I'm tired of being called a horrible human being, because I'm not." Tamra Judge sat curled into the soft leather couch, a silk throw bunched in her lap, and a box of tissues close by. Her signature platinum blonde hair was pulled back in a low ponytail, and her makeup was minimal, rare for the always camera-ready Real Housewives of Orange County star. But this wasn't Bravo. This was real life, real therapy, and Tamra had had enough. "I'm tired," she admitted, her voice breaking. "I'm tired of people calling me a horrible human being. I'm tired of being misunderstood." The therapist, a soft-spoken woman with kind eyes and an artfully cluttered office in Laguna Beach, nodded gently. "Tell me what being called fat, a horrible human being, brings up for you." Tamra stared at a framed quote on the wall that read, "You are not your worst mistake." "I mean, it's not like I've never made mistakes. I have, but on reality TV, those mistakes are magnified, edited, packaged, sold." She shook her head, eyes welling. "People watch one scene and think they know who I am. They don't see the years of being a mom, building a business, trying to protect myself in a world that rewards backstabbing and betrayal." Tamra's journey on The Real Housewives has never been one for the faint of heart. She was the Spitfire, the pot stirrer, the woman unafraid to confront anyone who crossed her. But now, sitting in the safety of this cozy room away from producers and glam squads, she allowed a different side to emerge. Raw, reflective, vulnerable. I went through a divorce on TV. I had custody battles on TV. I was body shamed, age shamed, mom shamed. But somehow, I'm still the villain, still the horrible human being. She asked with disbelief. The therapist leaned in. When did you first start believing that label might be true? Tamra blinked. That's the thing. I don't believe it. But when it's said often enough, you start to doubt yourself. I'll walk into a restaurant and someone whispers, "There she is. That bitch from Housewives." They don't know me. They just know the version that makes good TV. Her breath shaky. I went back to the show thinking I could tell my own story better this time. But the cycle repeated. The drama, the alliances, the edits. And yeah, maybe I snapped at Shannon or said something too blunt to Emily. But I was reacting in real time, under real pressure. Tamra paused, eyes darting to her phone on the coffee table. A message notification glowed from her son, Ryan. It hurts when your kids read those headlines. My son once asked me if I was really a mean girl. That broke me, because I fought like hell to be a good mom. Her voice cracked. I came from chaos. My childhood was rough. I learned early that if I didn't fight back, I'd be swallowed whole. That's what TV tapped into. That fiery fighter in me. But it's not all I am. She reached for a tissue, wiping away a tear. I'm also the woman who volunteers at the animal shelter every Saturday. The one who texts my daughter affirmations every morning. The one who spent 2 years rebuilding my relationship with Eddie after health issues threatened to break us. Tamra glanced up at the therapist, suddenly more defiant. Why does no one talk about that, Tamra? The one who loves fiercely, who shows up, who's loyal to a fault until she's burned. There was a long silence. Have you ever told that Tamra's story? The therapist asked softly. Not really, she admitted. Because every time I try, someone accuses me of playing the victim. Or being fake. Or trying to do damage control. But maybe it's not about what they say, the therapist replied. Maybe it's about how you define yourself. Tamra sat with that for a moment. I think I've let the narrative be written by other people for too long. Producers, castmates, trolls online. I gave them the pen. She looked toward the window, where the ocean could be glimpsed in the distance. I don't want to be the villain anymore. But more than that, I don't want to care if someone sees me that way. I want peace. I want authenticity. The therapist offered a small smile. Then maybe the next chapter starts with you reclaiming your own truth. Not on a reunion couch. Not in a confessional. But here. With you. Tamra let out a long breath, one that seemed to release years of tension. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to be real. The therapist nodded again. Real is enough. Later, as Tamra walked out of the office and into the California sun, she felt lighter, not because she'd solved everything in 1 hour, but because for the first time in a long time, she had been heard. No cameras, no shade, just truth. Back in her car, she looked at herself in the rearview mirror. You're not a horrible human being, she whispered aloud. You're a work in progress, and that's okay. Then, with the ocean breeze teasing her ponytail, Tamra drove off, not toward drama or damage control, but toward healing. For once, she wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone.